Hello violin players, welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 5. It's just lovely to see you here again today, and I'm so glad that you're with us because we're going to work on from where we've left it off in lesson 4, and we're going to consolidate more our techniques of hobo playing, and we're just going to have a look further in the Crickboom book to see what is next on the next pages. So let's tighten your bow and put some rosin on. I am assuming that you will have already tuned your violin. And let's get started with our bow exercises. So check over your bow hold again. I keep going over this because I want you to keep on developing that bow hold. And I'm starting with a little ring between my middle finger and my thumb. Open up a little gap where you put your bow in, and then drop every finger down as you have learned in your previous lessons. And this time make sure that your fingers are nicely rounded around the bow, and except for your little finger, because your little finger is on the side edge of your bow, just like that. Alright, let's do some waves, and let's make your hand really soft. Every day it must be a bit softer than the day before. Great. Lovely. And let's do some big windscreen wipers. Go slowly so that you feel that shift in balance between when your bow leans onto your index finger and between when it goes down here and you might hold it back a little bit with your little finger. So feel the shift in balance. It leans onto your index finger. Very gently tip it over the top, and now feel the pressure increase on your little finger. Now in the early days it's much more difficult to feel that, but as you become more aware of what happens, you will start to feel it. So don't despair if you don't quite feel it today, especially here in your little finger. That will come. Do it one more time. Over and over. Lovely job. Let's hold the bow upright now, and let's practice our crawling exercise, and we'll crawl all the way up to the point of your bow. Here we go. Go slowly, step by step, until you've reached the tip. And now very gently, step by step, go back. Slowly, slowly. And we'll keep it going all the way until you've reached the heel of your bow. And you will find that one day that might be easier than another day. So if it's not your day today, then it might happen tomorrow. Okay. Wonderful. And let's now find that nice bow hold again. And let's double check that your thumb is bent and that your thumb is not sticking through the bow there, but you keep it bent and the bow rests on top of your thumb, as it were. Lovely. Let's now pick up the violin and let's practice our open string practice. So we're going to set the violin up on our shoulders. Make sure it is close enough to your earlobe here. And then we're going to start on the G string today, playing every string 6 times up to the E string. So what are we going to focus on? We're going to make sure that our shoulder is in its lowest position. We're going to start also with a nice balanced stance, so feet hip width apart. Now step forward slightly with your left foot and see if you can rock gently forwards and backwards. Lovely job. Then I'd like you to keep your right shoulder down and to aim to play the bow straight. So aim to reach in front of you with your bow arm like that, rather than going sideways. So if you find it difficult to reach the point of the bow when you play, push your arm further forward so you finish your bow arm more in front rather than to the side, you see? So that is where we're going. 6 times every note, starting on the G string. Off you go. And lovely playing. Well done. So let's put the bow and the violin down now for a moment. And let's practice lifting your shoulders up toward your ears and then dropping them down in their lowest position. Lift them up again, close to your ears, and drop them down. One more time. Up. And now place your shoulders in the lowest position that you can find. Great, let's lift your arms up now. And let's just let them flop down like that. And they can just sort of wriggle a little bit on your sides. And do that again. Really feel the weight of your arms and let them flop down. And it's that weight of your arms that you start to feel. I want you to become aware of the weight of your arms so that we can use it later on in our violin playing. So you might think, why are we doing all these silly exercises? But that has have a purpose. And just stick with me and we'll get to that. So lift your arms up again and let them flop down. One more time. Lift your shoulders up, your arms up, and let them flop down. Whoosh. Okay, great. And it's that awareness that we're going to be using a lot. Now then, move your shoulders back, make big circles. Backwards, and now turn. Turn your shoulders forwards. And change direction again. Let's go backwards. And forwards again. Okay. Let's now pick up your violin and your bow again. So we're going to be playing exercise 2 on page 1. And just to recap, we're playing 8 times the note A with a repeat. And during the playing of those notes, we're going to count to 4. So that means that after 2 beats, you are in the middle of the bow. You remember we're talking about that. How do I know that it's 4 beats in a bar? And that is because there is a C at the start of this music, which meant common time. And the most common time signature that we can find is 4 beats to a bar. So let's check over your bow hold. Let's check over your violin hold. Let's check over your stance. You make sure you have nice soft knees. And we're going to work on stretching our bow arm forwards. And we're going to aim that after 2 beats, we are in the middle of our bow. Now that's a whole lot of things together. So don't worry if you miss 1 or 2 of these aspects in your playing. Just give it your best shot now. We're going to play with a repeat and I'm going to count us in for 4. So let's get ready on the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 'Awesome playing. Very good. And you're noticing perhaps that you're building stamina. You can hold it for 16 bars already, and that is very impressive. I love that. Super. Now let's turn the page in your book. Now let's take a look at exercise 3 on page 2 of your book. And now we see that our time signature is no longer a C for common time, 4 beats in a bar, but it says 3, 4. The top number of those two the 3 means there are 3 beats in a bar. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do something very similar to the exercise that we've done before, except we're now counting only to 3 and not to 4. Okay, so that means that your bow may be traveling slightly faster. Let's get your violin up. So let's check over your bow hold. Let's get ready on the A string. Check over your stance, check over your low shoulder. And now we're going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. And I think that compared with how you started the first exercise, this one is a little bit easier, isn't it? Now let's take a look at exercise 4. And now we're back into common time. So we're counting to 4, except every note now has 2 counts. So every note that you see there is 2 beats long, and these notes are called minims. And in America, these notes are called half notes. So let me count us in for 4, and we're going to cover the whole bow during the first 2 counts and then go the other way with the bow for the other 2 counts in each bar. So check over your bow hold again, check over your left hand again. So let's set your bow onto the A string. So I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. And I'm going to leave the repeat now because we've played so many A's already. What a lovely achievement. Well done. Very good. Okay, now let's now have a look at exercise 12 on page 3. And you can see there that you've also got 3/4 time. And 3/4 time, we've just talked about that earlier on. The 3 means there are 3 beats in a bar, and the 4 means every beat is a crotchet note or a quarter note. And a crotchet note or a quarter note is a black note that has been coloured in, as it were. And you can see that we have got 3 of those in each of the bars. Now, a bar in music is a section between 2 bar lines. So you see 3 notes and then a vertical line, and then 3 notes again and a vertical line. So we've got 3 crotchet beats, 3 quarter beats in every bar. So this time we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and our bow is going to go up and down while we do that, because we've learned every note that you see on the music represents one sound. Now we're now going to play in the middle section of the bow. So we're going to start about this end. We always start nearer the heel of the bow if we possibly can on the violin. And we're going to do 3 notes in one bar. So we're going to start right here. We're still on the A string, as you may have noticed. And I'm going to count us in for 3. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you want to see if you can make the bows very smooth so that they connect up, so they have no spaces. You don't stop the bow in between. So not like this. But you want to see if you can keep on bowing. 1, 2, why don't you join me? We're going to get ready. There we go. Find your nice stance. Find your shoulder in its lowest position, and we're going to move the bow forwards. Remember, 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm not playing the repeat here because that would be so long. I'd much rather you played shorter sections of music, fully focused, rather than playing it too long and then your thoughts might drift off. So I know myself that will happen, so I'm thinking that might happen to other people as well. Super playing, very well done. This time let's have a look at exercise 13. And in exercise 13, we're back and we see the C again, which was for common time. So we're playing 4 counts to a bar. But now we're playing a long bow for 2 and then 2 singles. So what we're going to do, still we're playing in the sort of large middle section of the bow. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to use about this much bow for every single note. So your bow is going to go a bit slower on the 2 count note than it is on the 1 count notes. Let's get you ready on the A string. And when you're ready, you've got a good stance and your shoulder is in its lowest position. We can start after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely job. Very nice playing. Well done for today, and you're getting more and more refined in your playing, so I do really like that. Super progress. Let's loosen your bow before we pack it away. Don't forget to clean your violin as well before you put it in its case. And I very much look forward to seeing you in lesson 6. Goodbye.